52715. 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Licensed by New York State Banking Department. Licensed Debt Management Service Provider, Maryland 149. Licensed by Vermont Department of Banking, Insurance, Securities, and Healthcare Administration. Oregon registration number DM80031.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Fred Dryer sitting Mike's side along with Michael Horn. And I just want to remind all of you that there will be absolutely no obsequious pandering to the righteous niceness allowed on this telecast.
And we'll allow Barry Bonds to hit home runs. We don't care what he does. Just win the game.
He jerks him into the ocean.
Yeah,
that's all I care about. And so the question is, Mike Horn, by the way, playing for the Rams for 10 years.
Yes.
Coming across every Saturday on the road, you would get off of practice and you go back to the hotel, grab lunch, you go upstairs, you watch the college football game of the week.
You would watch the game of the week.
You watch the college football game of the week, and because all of us would bet on games.
Right.
We really, be a heated deal here,
These guys are going to win, right?
Yeah,
They're going to win by
and then the guys would, either bet dinner or hard cash, or your meal money, which would be like $27.50. That type of thing.
Yeah. Back in the '60s when your era,
they didn't give you anything. And the guy that was was handing out the meal money on the airplane right before you get on the airplane, go to the tarmac, and he says, "Oh, here's your meal money," and he held it close to his vest, and he looked at you to make sure you were you, and then he'd say, "Here's your $27.50 for the weekend,"
For the weekend.
For the weekend.
What would you buy with that 27? It was just what?
Oh, well, I mean, you buy a tall Coke and some fries. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, come on. Or you play liar's poker
And try to get your 27 up to a little bit.
Or you try to get it up a little bit,
Exactly, yeah.
And by the time the plane lands, you got some money or you don't.
Exactly.
But anyway, you would rush back to the hotel, and we'd watch the games. We queue up in someone's room and we watch the college football game, and it was always Keith Jackson. And so watching him today, we're sitting down there at the front table and we're watching him, and we were like, I was as close as I am to you.
I was very close.
We were very close, and just looking at him, just realizing.
You put your finger in his nose.
Yeah, I had a real
yeah. Anyway, but you're looking at him, and what?
It was a target pick.
Yeah.
I really got it out there. But looking at him and just realizing, I said, it's really incredible, isn't it? You spend a lot of time in that sport, and you meet a lot of great people. But he's iconic. His voice, his storytelling, his ability. He could do it all by himself. Didn't need a color commentator.
No, he could do it all himself. Yeah.
And all the great guys. But it was a great afternoon. And thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome.
It was a great afternoon.
Was teamed for many years with Howard Cosell.
Oh, he did. He teamed a lot with Howard Cosell. Howard is my neighbor. I told you this. In New York, he was right around the corner from me. And every time, I'd get up and hit down, a 3rd Avenue, and then slide over to, Lexington, and then go down to 59th and Lex to the Horn and Hard Art. I'd eat a big bowl of porridge. I'd eat some porridge, and then I hop downstairs to the Lexington Avenue line and shoot out to the stadium and get off at 164th Street.
And you'd see Howard. He'd be coming.
But Howard would be on the corner smoking a cigar.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd always come by. And I would see him maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. But I'd see him regularly throughout the season.
And what would he say?
He'd be, "Hiya, kid. How you doing?" And I'd say, "Howard, you look like a totem pole here. You're just screwed into the ground. What are you doing?" "I'm waiting for the car to take me to Yankee Stadium."
That's it.
He'd have a cigar, and he'd be shaking.
He's shaking that cigar.
"You should have another cocktail in it before you get in the limo." But anyway, I'm sitting there today and just kind of just mesmerized by Keith's voice and all the storytelling that he shared with us, and it's just a great time. It's so great. I'm just blessed to be able to have played that sport for as long as I did and meet the people I did, because today, when you show up, and see somebody that is connected to history, which is one thing that we don't celebrate anymore in this country. But it's just a wonderful afternoon, and I'm just thrilled with it. Now I get to talk about Newt. That's a nice segue.
That is a nice segue,
Yeah,
right from Keith Jackson to Newt.
Well, someone has to do it.
Yes, he did. It was good. It was very smooth.
So my question is, under what set of circumstances, standards specifically, does true leadership qualify to lead? Under what standards, structure, does true leadership qualify to lead?
Because we all want a leader, but you're saying true leadership, if it's the quality is
True
there,
leadership
what
is so valuable
Right.
today. We don't have it.
So under
We
what
haven't had
standard?
it since
Do
Reagan.
we rip it down and say that the guy's had too many wives so that then we lose his leadership?
Look what we had in George W. Bush. You had he was supposed to be a conservative Republican,
Supposedly,
a
yeah.
neocon, big spender domestically.
Right.
All these guys, and Mitt Romney is one of these guys who I think right now is getting by cheaply because he feels as though if he puts America to work and lowers your taxes, that qualifies him as a conservative. Well, it doesn't. That's just one of the many tenets that qualify you as a conservative.
Right.
There's so many other things he hasn't gotten into that Newt does. Newt talks about a lot of things that are very conservative.
He's not shy. He doesn't shy away from things.
He's he's very keen on what he knows. So, there's a lot of people here who don't. Tommy, you awake in there?
Yeah, he's
All
there. He's
right.
ready to go.
You up and running?
We got about
Because
a minute and a half in this segment.
A minute and a half.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Give me a beat number one. This is host Bill Mayer talking about Newt.
Gingrich, according to most conservatives, was washed up just earlier this year. And now we're throwing roses at his feet? I thought conservatives were right to have considered him washed up for many principled reasons. Is Mitt Romney that bad that we're willing to take Newt Gingrich on? I'm sorry to show my biases. I'm just going to tell you what I think. I'm not going to be like one of these. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to vote for, but I'm certainly going to tell you who I don't think it's all
Whatever
that great.
you do, don't do that.
So this guy's trying to rip him apart already, see? There's the
Well,
one guy that's been answering the questions, Newton. He holds everybody together, says, hey, let's not fight amongst us. Let's say, here's what I think we should answer this question. Here's what I think.
Well, here's what I mean. He's talking about the baggage. He's fearful. He's talking about the baggage. He's also listening to the great grinding wheel tell him you had better be frightened to death if you get behind Newt because he will destroy the party and he'll fail. He will not vanquish the evil out of the village. And the point of the matter is that as we're going to see here a little bit later, what's past is prologue. People have to get over themselves, and they've got to be able to understand that you need right now. You need the strong man to pull you out of the mud hole. And I don't care if the strong man has baggage. Right now we need him, and I want to hear that voice. And so.
Well, can we hear the voice coming back?
Join us when you come back.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll hear the voice.
We'll hear the voice.